So hello there, my name's Daniel Lemaitre and welcome to a review. And this is a review on the yellow Rheneas in the Bachmann range that came out this year. And I got this for my birthday, which was on Monday last week, and I got this in the post on Tuesday. So I've had it for about a week now. For a little while, my little 009 layout that I run these engines on was out of action. There was an electrical fault, however, as you probably saw in the last video that I filmed when I did my review on Beta Sam, I have got it running now, and it runs really nicely indeed. And I think this model of Rheneas is absolutely fantastic, and it's not the only one they produce in Bachmann. Rheneas is also in his normal orange livery. However, although Rheneas has always been orange in the TV series, in a lot of illustrations, so like in magazines and in other merchandise, he was always like a pink-purple sort of colour. I don't have a clue why that was. And the Bachmann one, as far as I know, is one of the only ranges, or one of the few ranges that actually have him in his proper colours from the TV series. But like I said, Rheneas was painted yellow just for a very short period of time, literally right at the end of the Blue Mountain Mystery film. And during the Blue Mountain Mystery film, Thomas was looking for a yellow engine, and the yellow engine actually turned out to be Victor. And what happened was, he was loaded onto a ship when he came to the island of Sodor with Luke. And when Luke was being unloaded from the ship, Cranky accidentally knocked him into Victor, whose wheel chain's broken, so Victor fell into the sea. Of course, after Victor fell into the sea, he had to be repaired, and when he was repaired, he was repainted into his red colour that we know him today. And then at the beginning of the Blue Mountain Mystery film, Rheneas was involved in an accident where his paintwork got scratched. And obviously he's going on throughout the movie about his scrapes and scratches and that. Anyway, and then at the end of the film, he was then painted yellow, and I always assumed this was a bit of a joke because Thomas was looking for a yellow engine. However, there's actually a video that someone actually uploaded on YouTube themselves, where they did a remake, sort of like a sequel to this, showing where Rheneas was painted for yellow for a short period of time. And Duncan also appeared in this. And Duncan's also yellow, or gold, whatever you want to call him. Anyway, Duncan was absent in the Blue Mountain Mystery movie, but he came back afterwards. And like I said, Rheneas went back to being his old colour afterwards. But like I said, in this particular one, it mentioned about him being yellow and then going back to his old colour and being yellow just because there wasn't any of his normal paint. And I thought the yellow looked really nice. And again, this looks just like what Rheneas did in the film Blue Mountain Mystery. All the colours are correct. And Rheneas is based upon a real engine on the Talcon Railway. And of course, he's best known as the gallant old engine that helped save the railway as well. And again, when you actually go to the railway yourself and see his basis, Dolgoch, I believe it's called. I can't pronounce all the Welsh names, unfortunately. But it was interesting because on this model of Rheneas, and obviously his other models and in the TV series, he's got his name plate on both his sides. And on this one, normally it's black on his other one, but this one it's blue with silver lettering on it. Anyway, he's got his name plate on both sides of him. But his actual basis, Dolgoch, has actually got his name painted on one side for some reason, which I never knew until I saw it. And I actually went on Dolgoch as well when I was there. And I've seen a few other engines there from the Talcon, pretty much all the engines that they're based upon. If you look in the inside of Rheneas' cab as well, there's like a cream colour on both sides. And what I really like about this model is the fact that they've actually included it on this one, and they did the same on his orange model as well. And there is no real difference between him, really, what he looks like, apart from the colour in his orange livery and this one. Like I said, both models are pretty much exactly the same. The only difference is that, say, this one's yellow, the other one's orange, and obviously the colours are a bit different, but they're both exactly the same. When I had Rheneas running, I was actually quite lucky because sometimes when you get engines to run, and I find particularly with 009 ones, they're a little bit jumpy to start with, and then gradually, as you keep them running, they warm up and get better. But Rheneas performed well all the way through, I was pleased to say. and what you're meant to do when you buy any new locomotive, whether it's 009 or HO or 00 or whatever, you're meant to run it forwards for about an hour one way and then backwards an hour the other way, just to help wear it in and warm it up, which is in the instructions. And again, what I noticed with the instructions were exactly the same as the other Rheneas, so the orange one. And I would have thought because it's yellow Rheneas, it would have said yellow Rheneas, but they've just used the other ones. But like I said, there is no real difference between this Rheneas and the normal Rheneas apart from the colour. And again, I like the face on him. They've captured it really well. And again, I like the details, like the bit there along the top. That was on Rheneas, obviously in real life and in the Railway series as well. And again, although I say I wasn't a huge fan of the CGI series, a lot of the engines were a lot more detailed in that than they were in the model series previously. Although I think the model series was good for what it was. And I dare say if they had made them that well detailed, you know, it might have cost them a lot more. And obviously the model series was quite expensive to make as well, probably compared to the CGI. And so I do prefer the model series, but like I said, like the narrow gauge engines, they did come back, and in my opinion, they were a lot more detailed. And again, one thing I noticed as well that is quite interesting is in the model series of the show, a lot of the narrow gauge engines were quite heavily weathered. But there were some episodes where their paintwork was immaculate, and from the CGI series onwards, their paintwork's a lot more better kept, I think. You probably saw that last month I actually went on holiday to Wales. Unfortunately, this time I didn't go to the Talcum Railway, but I do hope to go there again. I've been there a few times anyway. But I went to a few other railways and cycled along the former Great Western Railway line. And if you go onto my playlists, you'll see it under my cycle ride from Cardiff to Anglesey, all the videos of my trip to Wales. Like I said, there's lots of other interesting trains there. And I also went to the station with a really long name, which I'm not even going to pronounce. But it was great to go to that station. They call it Clanfair PG for short. Yeah, but had a lovely time. And also as well, you probably noticed when I had him running that I've got a Coleman's mustard wagon. I went on holiday in June this year. Went to the North Norfolk Railway when I was there in Norfolk. I stayed at a place called Kelling, but went to the North Norfolk Railway, and they actually had that wagon there. And like I said, I then went to Cromer while we was on holiday and saw it for sale, so I decided to get that as well. And I thought as well when I brought it, it looked nice, running with yellow Rheneas. And Bachmann as well have announced that they're going to be bringing out the handle as well and some other rolling stock, which I look forward to. And like I said, when I saw it would be in last year's Bachmann catalogue that they're going to bring this out, I was quite surprised, to be honest with you. Another thing I would say as well is I would really like it if they actually brought Mighty Mac out into the 009 range, although I'm not sure they would, or Duke. Duke was one of my favourite characters, but again, he never made it to the CGI series, so quite possibly, they're not going to bring him out. And also, as I was talking earlier about Victor, it'd be nice if they brought him out and in his yellow colour as well. Like I said, I'm surprised they did Rheneas, and I said at the time when they come out, it'd be nice if they actually brought out other characters first before bringing out yellow Rheneas. And I mean, it did surprise me how long this took, because like I said, it's basically the other normal Rheneas but repainted a different colour. So we waited a little bit of a while, but I think it was worth the wait. And so now I've actually got it, it is really nice, and I'm really glad that I got it. And like I said, it was my birthday as well, so quite sentimental, and I do really like it as well when it does run really nicely as well. So if I was to give this model of Rheneas a score, I'd happily give him a 10 out of 10, because I think Bachmann done a fantastic job as well. Also as well, another thing worth adding is that this model of Rheneas doesn't have a lamp on the front. Now when Rheneas first appeared in the CGI series, he didn't have the lamp on the front, but then later on from series 17 onwards he gained the lamp on the front. He's got one on the back as well, which again he's had pretty much throughout the TV series from series 9 onwards. But great detail all the way around, and like I said as well with that bit there, I mean that is, in my opinion, some bits on this model are quite fragile, but I do think the box is a lot better than some of the other Bachmann models as well. I think it does protect the model a bit more, but like I said, you do with his whistle and that, you do have to be quite careful getting him in and out of the box. But I mean, there are some details like the bar along here that's actually on his bodywork, so it's not too fragile. But I do really like this model of Rheneas, and I definitely recommend that you should get it. And like I said, it really good runner all round. Anyway, and Bachmann done a fantastic job, so it'd be nice to see what the handle looks like when they bring them out. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.